Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another Overlooked Gems, I said it right this time, album suggestion. And this one is by the band Bonfire. The album I chose is Fireworks, although they have a lot of killer albums, but this one is the one that was my introduction to the band. I'm trying to remember what year it was, and I believe it was 88, it looks like. The main two guys in this band, Klaus Lessman and Hans Ziller, were the main two for quite a few years, although I think maybe Ken Mary played on one album. I could be wrong there, but trying to remember now. But this album I really loved. It had a very unique sound, although it was kind of like the hair metal type style stuff. It had a very unique guitar sound to it, and Klaus's singing is definitely, it had a little bit of like a Scorpion sounds. I believe they are a German band, but so that makes sense. It sounds a little bit like Klaus from Scorpions, but this one, he has a little bit more rasp to it, and he doesn't have like the super high range, but you don't notice it. It fits really well with the songs on this. And they've done a ton of albums. They've actually had a couple new singers. They're still around making albums. They had Reese, I can't think of his name, won't sing for Accept there. The last name is, no, that is his last name. What is his first? David Reese there. I think sang on one album. Their new singer, can't think of his name, but he's decent, but the unique sound, I think, is best on this combination of these two guys. Klaus has gone on to sing on a couple other things on the Frontiers label. It sounds pretty good, but without the songwriting and everything that they had on this, it's funny because it was produced by Michael Wagner, but it doesn't sound like any of his other productions, so I don't know. Anyway, the first song, Ready for Reaction, that song, I don't even remember how I found this album, but I'm one of those types that will like just go look for anything that I think sounds good, and sometimes you just grab an album because it looks like something you might like. I used to do that all the time, still do, but I used to do it a lot more back, late 80s, early 90s. I just spent all my money on music. I had really no responsibilities other than that, so that's what I did. And this is one of the ones I think was a great find. Ready for Reaction is a killer song. It kicks off great. The second song, Nevermind, it just still blows me away to this day. There's heavy, the guitar playing is great, catchy, very unique sounding. Then there's a big single off of this one, was Sleeping All Alone, which was decent. Actually, that kind of reminds me of maybe like a Firehouse type song, but still unique to itself. And then Champion, that was decent. Don't Get Me Wrong is a really good song. And then You Make Me Feel was actually a song that was taken off one of their previous releases. I think it was an EP they had out before this, kind of redone for this. It's decent. It's kind of like a power ballady type thing. Second side, because I got this on cassette. Everything I got back in the day was on cassette for some reason. Just because it was easy to take around. We didn't have CDs actually, weren't super huge right when this stuff was coming out, but had a cassette player in the car, and that's where I listened to most everything. And so we flip it over to side 2, and you got Sweet Obsession, which is a decent song, still catchy, heavy. Rock Me Now, which is kind of like the song on the whole album, but that's really the only song on the album, because American Nights was a killer, catchy, like huge anthemic type, Bon Jovi-ish type sounding sing-along song. And then Fantasy was cool, and Give It a Try was kind of like a ballad. It's weird they end both sides with like ballads. But anyway, yeah, definitely worth checking out. I wish I could remember the name of the other band that Klaus sings with. It's one of those super groups that Frontiers Records puts together. I know I'm making all kinds of cassette noise here in the background too. But yeah, anyway, this is a great album. I remember going on a road trip with a couple of the guys in the band, and we were going up to the studio to record one of our things, and I had this jamming, and one of the other guys in the band was like, "What the heck is that band you're listening to?" And I told him, like, "Whoa, what? How did you find these guys? They're like great." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the whole story behind it, but it's just one of those things. You just go to the store and you see it. It's got a picture on it that looks kind of cool. Although it's kind of weird. The album cover is horrible. So I really don't know I don't remember how I ended up picking this up, but yeah, a couple of other guys I was out with definitely liked it, so it's got the seal of approval from them. So you might want to go out and check it out for yourselves. Yeah, go ahead and give it a try. If you guys have heard of these guys, there's a couple offshoot bands out there, other than the ones I just mentioned too. I mean, I don't know what it is about Sweden and Germany, but they put out some great music like this. So a lot of these recommendations that I have seem like they're coming from that side of the ocean. So anyway, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Check it out, and I'll talk to you guys later.